Shreeja Banerjee. Today I'm going to read a story by Ruskin Bond. The name of the story is The Black Cat. First of all, I would like to say something about Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an Indian writer. He was born on 19th of May 1934 in Mussoorie, India. He has been recognized by the Indian Council for Child Education for his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He was honored with some of the prestigious Indian awards such as Sahitya Akademi Award, Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan. So now let's go to the story. I'll read it for you guys. So first of all, let's know what's the story about actually. Black cats and witches riding on broomsticks form a fascinating subject matter for children's stories. Witches are women who are believed to have evil magic powers. Now this story is about a witch and the black cat who wants the author's broomstick basically. And actually, what is witch? Witches are women who have evil magic powers, who have black magics and cast spells on people to make that person to another person. It's like that. They have many magical powers. Even they also need a broomstick to ride. These things are very necessary. However, reading about the witches that feature in stories for children is a thrilling experience because they're said to have the power to cast spells on people, as I said just now. Can you name a story that features a witch? Yes, The Black Cat, which I'm going to read just now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, start. Before the cat came, of course, there had to be a broomstick. In the bazaar of one of our hill stations is an old junk shop, dirty, dingy and dark, in which I often potter about looking for old books or Victorian bric-a-brac. Okay, now the author means Ruskin Bond would live near hill stations and he would also go to an old junk shop, and you can also say bazaar, which is a Hindi word. It means market. Okay, now he would go to buy some old items or Victorian bric-a-brac. Victorian bric-a-brac means some ornaments and some small objects which were found in the shop basically. Potter means to buy. Okay, and the shop was old, dirty, dingy and dark. Sometimes one comes across useful household items, but I do not usually notice these. I was, however, attracted to an old but well-preserved broom standing in a corner of the shop. Now, the author was attracted to an old, well-preserved broomstick. He would like a broomstick and he needs a broomstick very much. A long-handled broom was just what I needed. I had no servant to sweep out the rooms of my cottage, and I did not enjoy bending over double when using the common short-handled jharu. Now, the author did not have any maid servants to sweep out the rooms of his cottage, so he would do it himself only with a long-handled broom. He did not like short-handled jharu, which is a Hindi word of broomstick, because he had to bend a lot. So he always needed long-handled broomstick, which is well preserved. The old broom was priced at 10 rupees. I haggled with the shopkeeper and got it for 5. Haggled means to bargain. So he bargained and got it for 5. It's a bargain actually. Sorry guys. It was a strong broom full of character, and I used it to good effect almost every morning. He would sweep out the rooms with the broomstick every morning, And there this story might have ended or would never have begun if I had not found the large black cat sitting on the garden wall. Now, in that morning only, he found a large black cat suddenly sitting on the garden wall. Yes, he found the black cat, and here's the story begins right now. The black cat had bright yellow eyes, and it gave me a long penetrating look, as though it were summing up my possibilities as an exploitable human. Now this is the description of the black cat. The black cat had bright yellow eyes, and it gave the author a penetrating look, means being able to make of way through. Penetrating means that. Okay. And as though it were summing up my possibilities as an exploitable human. Summing up means trying to understand. It means the black cat would try to understand the author's all possibilities. He would face a lot in that age, as he was an exploitable human. Sorry guys, exploitable and an old human. Exploitable means weak. Yeah. Though it meowed once or twice, I paid no attention. I did not care much for cats. But when I went indoors, I found that the cat had followed and begun scratching at the pantry door. Now when he went to the indoors, when the author would go to the indoors, he would see that the black cat would scratch the pantry door. Pantry door means the door of kitchen. It must be hungry, I thought, and I gave it some milk. The author thought maybe the cat is hungry, so he offered a milk to the cat. The cat lapped up the milk, purring deeply all the while, then sprang up on a cupboard and made itself comfortable. Lapped up means the black cat had drank the milk. Purring deeply. Purring means to make the sounds which all cats make. They do meow meow, and that's called purring. Purring deeply means very deeply. Yeah. Then sprang up on a cupboard and made itself comfortable. Sprang up means to jump on the cupboard and made itself comfortable. The cat would find itself comfortable when it would sprang upon the cupboard, jump on the cupboard. Well, for several days there was no getting rid of that cat. Yes, means the author did not know what to do with that cat. He was not getting rid of that animal. Yes, it seemed completely at home and merrily tolerated my presence in the house. It was more interested in my broom than me, and would dance and skittle around the broom whenever I was sweeping the rooms. Yeah. The cat was more interested in the broom than the author, and would dance and skittle around the broom whenever the author would sweep the rooms. Skittle means to play with that broom. Yeah, he would like this and dance, the cat. A cat and a broomstick. The combination was suggestive, full of possibilities. Means here now it's talking about the combination of a cat and a broomstick. Why the cat would like the broomstick? Why it was also attracted to the broomstick like the author, more than the author. Because the combination was suggestive. A cat and a broomstick, the combination is really suggestive, full of possibilities. The cottage was old, almost 100 years old, and he wondered about the kind of tenants it might have had during these long years. I had been in the cottage only for a year, and thought it stood alone in the midst of a forest of Himalayan oak. I had never encountered any ghosts or spirits. Now the author would live in the cottage since 1 year, and he did not encounter any ghosts or any spirits roaming around in the house. He did not encounter, and the cottage was very old, almost 100 years old. Miss Bellows came to see me in the middle of July. I heard the tapping of a walking stick on the rocky path outside the cottage, a tapping which stopped near the gate. Suddenly, one day, Miss Bellows came to see the author in the middle of July. And he heard the tapping of a walking stick on the rocky path outside the cottage. Means somebody was walking, those types of sounds of the footsteps of any woman or any person. A tapping which stopped near the gate. It stopped near the gate. Mr. Bond, called an imperious voice. Are you at home? Imperious means heavy voice, or you can say its meaning is imperious means showing arrogant superiority over being, means heavy actually in normal language. I had been doing some gardening and looked up to find an elderly straight-backed English woman peering at me over the gate. Now the author was doing some gardening, and when he looked up he found an elderly straight-backed English woman. Means it's Miss Bellows only, but still I'm mentioning it. It's Miss Bellows. She was an English woman, elderly straight-backed, peering at me over the gate. Good evening, I said, dropping my home. Actually, it's a slang, it's a bad word, so it's better not to mention so much. Good evening, I said, dropping my home. Yeah. I believe you have my cat, said Miss Bellows. Actually, that black cat was Miss Bellows. Though I had not met the lady before, I knew her by name and reputation. She was the oldest resident in the hill station. Means the author did not meet the lady before, but he knew her reputation, and she was the oldest resident in the hill station. I do have a cat, I said, though it's probably more correct to say that the cat has me. If it's your cat, you're welcome to it. Why don't you come in while I look for her?